Well, I got an idea to incorporate this with this, and to do so, to presume that these are the only ones that go into the ground, the only connections, and each one of these lines here with the capacitor corresponds to this line here with this capacitor. So I literally could connect these two opposite ends to these two opposite ends, and another pair of this duplicated going from this side to this side. So I have the beginnings of a Tesla switch, John Bedini's version of a Tesla switch. Remember that 4 batteries, 2 in series on one side, 2 in parallel on the other, and then they swap connections, style of connections, with an oscillator chip in the middle and some transistors. Apply that in this case. So there'll be a singular load and a singular top load, but somehow these two pairs, one pair and another pair, will be alternating back and forth, and each pair is hooked up to the opposite sides of here, which is these up here. I only have 3, but there'll be a 4th one over here, because this turns around and becomes a square shape. And so I would still have the bar magnets in here, but obviously not here. So it's starting to look pretty interesting. And of course this, we can forget about that. All we have are loops. The same type of wire, 4 gauge, same 2.5 turns counterclockwise. We're duplicating that down in here, but it's a different purpose. This is like the supporting structure coming from the earth. It's really multiple primaries, 4 primaries, to feed these 4 primaries that are set up in 2 pair, but with a switching circuit to go back and forth between them. Because we've got a limited condition here, right? How much electricity is going to come from the earth? Just 4 grounding rods. So what if I got analog computer in LMD mode? So what? There's only so much that's going to come. There's no battery fueling a AC inverter, There's no battery fueling an AC inverter, and then all these gazillion grounding rods. There's none of that. I've got very limited situation here, and then this circuit doesn't even have any ground. It just has a common ground, a chassis surrounding the load. So it's like, and maybe the antenna of the top load goes in here as a separate piece, so that I have 2 pieces of capacitance. But whatever, it's very limited. So I'm thinking, okay, the whole point of a Tesla switch is to make more from less. You got 4 batteries, and you want to charge each other, and then run a small load off of whatever excess you manage to pull off, which won't be much. Somehow Bedini managed to make a lot out of it, or else he wouldn't have been able to solve Ronald Brandt's dilemma of how to power an electric car as it drives, which is a huge energy hog. So somehow this can be, a Tesla switch can be a powerful device. But I'm suggesting it here because it looks like it needs to be done based on the direction I'm taking. I just go with the flow, and I don't know how I'm being led around by the nose. I just let myself be led around, baby steps at a time. So the permanent magnets, bar magnets, are still in place along the center pole of these, I don't know what you call these transformers, E with a top plate, an E transformer with a top plate. What else can I say? So 4 of them, and they alternate sign, north, south, south, north, north, south, south, north, so that each one is opposite. So what have I got? This is north, up this center one, and this one's south, and this one's north, and this one's south. So I've got souths facing each other and norths facing each other. But when I thought about it, you know, this kind of looks familiar, doesn't it? But it's opposite to where I normally would put it up here. I got it on the sides, so it kind of made me feel that I could have two pairs of these and go across one pair and cross the other with the other pair. So it might work. It just might work.